Can you hear me? There we are. Good afternoon and good morning, and how are you all doing wherever you're tuning in from? Good morning. So we're live in our academy, the Academy of Thinking into Results, the wonderful company that we run. We're live on Facebook in our other group, which is called Thoughts Become Things, and we're live on YouTube because this is a very special morning for a very special announcement. If you told me in 2015, when I borrowed a little bit of money from my wife's credit card and a little bit of money from the Carsaving Credit Union to invest in a personal development program, when I really thought all I needed was somebody running behind me with a big size 12 and just kicking me up the arse, like just get your shit together, Declan. If you told me then, I kind of felt that there was more to it. I felt I needed to get my thinking right and my attitude right, and there was more to me. If you told me then that on whatever day it is, what is it now? August the 6th. On August the 6th, that I would be coming onto the group to say, I'm very proud to say that I run $1 million company. I still can't really say that without going with that. I wouldn't have really believed you. I would have hoped it would come true. If you went back to last September and October, I certainly would have hoped it would come true, but I would only have said, like, I hope you went into the future with Marty McFly and you've seen it, because I really hope that's the way it's going to be. Well, as of this week, I'd like to just share something with you all very quickly. I'm just going to get this part out of the way, and then I'm going to talk about how it all happened. And that's the important part of this, how it all happened. So have a quick little look at that. See if we make it a little bit bigger. Make it a little bit bigger. Yes, okay. So what you're going to see here is congratulations, Declan O'Donoghue Gold Pin Achievement. Now, what that represents might mean a lot to you guys, and that's all good. But this announcement went into Bob Proctor, my mentor. It went into his consultant division Facebook page a couple of days ago. And what it represents is that myself and Laura and Ernestine and Elena and Megan and Dusan have been recognized as a group of people who have achieved what only 0.04% of the company has ever achieved. So literally it's a recognition of growing a very successful consultancy. You guys who are in the academy with me, I know we're streaming into the academy and we're streaming into our more public group, which is the Thoughts Become Things community. We're also over on YouTube, so anybody could be watching this. But for those of you who are very close to me, you know that I get a little bit uncomfortable about this stuff when it's about me. I believe the measure of success in our academy is when we have our call on a Tuesday night and we hear the personal stories and we hear people saying, I've achieved this, this is how I feel, this is how I deal with situations now, this is my confidence, this is my attitude, these are the healed relationships. And we actually see the aesthetics of the person changing because they just finally let the real self out to the future. So I love the business prosperity and the new houses and all that stuff that happen. But do you ever see this statue where it's a person and he's chiseling himself out of a big piece of rock? That's why I get up in the morning and study and write stuff out 100 times and, sacrifice things that I used to have as I must do, like I must go to the pub to watch the match with the lads or it's not the same. All the little sacrifices and the little things I've done over the years, the travel, being away from June and the kids, the investments. I invested, I think it's like 40 grand in programs since June. This is what I do is to hear, like we had a wonderful lady on Tuesday night sharing, she became one of the leaders of our little breakout rooms. And when she came back and she was talking, and I just had to say, like, can you stop for 1 sec? I said, does anybody else remember when this woman was live with us a few weeks ago when she started? And they were like, yeah. And I goes, can you see what I see? Like, it's one thing if it comes from me, because it's going to sound like praise from a coach. But when it came from her peers, other clients who they remember her first call when she opened her heart and started talking about something that was quite difficult in her life. And to see this woman so confident, so calm, her voice used to be up here, now it's lovely and down here in her safe little, it's absolutely amazing. And this is why I do what I do. But it's nice to get these achievements along the way, because I know I deserve to be recognized as one of the absolute top consultants in the Proctor Gallagher Institute. I remember saying to my wife one time, Bob puts these little pins on your lapel as a pin of recognition. I said to my wife one time, because the first time I saw him do that, he did it in a show that was on YouTube. It was from the 1980s. And I said, if that fella's still alive, he's going to put one of them on me someday. And she was like, what for? I said, I don't know. I just had a feeling. So, the Center of Excellence recognizes your achievement in your business. There's no pressure or will. You get the same service if you have one client as if you have 200 clients. It doesn't matter. They're a great company. They do everything they can to help you. But when you step out and decide to really become somebody big in this industry, they make a little bit of a fuss. So this was a little bit of a fuss. And this is where we close this part of the screen down now, and then we go back and explain about how this all happened. I love client wins. I love client success stories. But I also share a lot of what's going on with my clients. I share a lot of the difficulties, the ups and the downs, the challenges, the mental challenges, what it's like to, keep on course when there's a pandemic, or keep on course when there's a very difficult family situation going on, or keep on course if you're having a disagreement with your loved one, or keep on course if there's a difficulty with community. Whatever it is, I open my heart up to the clients so that they know that I'm not a coach who goes, do this, your life's going to change. Like, they've seen me at good times and bad times, and we lead by example. So this message today, this short video, is to show you that this is the result. It's by the law of cause and effect. So the effects are this whole team, this company. Yes, it's called Declan O'Donoghue, but it's a team effort. And where it all started was when the team first formed. So it was just myself and the big man upstairs. We were a good old partnership. We got through thick and thin. And then one day I went into my acupuncture clinic, and I was running the consultancy and my acupuncture for 18 months together, just to have the same money coming in, just in case it didn't work out. Which I don't teach people, like, just jack in your job and leave. It's okay to kind of do both for a while, but it comes a time when your heart isn't in it and you have to leap. So I leaped, but about 18 months before I leaped. And I went in one day I was standing outside on the roadside just to get some fresh air. And I walked back into my clinic and I closed the door and I put my hands like this. And I was like, would you please send me someone? I don't know if I can afford an assistant. Please send me someone to help me, because I really have a good mission, and I really want to do something big. So, but I'm all over the place, So when I went into the clinic, I was all over the place. I asked for help. And that night I went to see my mom and dad, and I was walking across the road back to the little cottage myself and my wife were living in. And as I was walking across the road, +44 number, I rarely answer these because it's somebody going, hello, it's from England, so I'm going to do an English accent. Is this Mr. Declan O'Donoghue? And it's not. It's obviously Declan O'Donoghue, not Declan. Declan. There's no D at the end. A lot of people in the UK actually say Declan, which is interesting. Is this Declan O'Donoghue? But it wasn't one of those calls. In fact, it was a Glaswegian accent. And I was like, hello? She's like, you not know who this is? And I was like, no. And then she said something funny. I was like, Laura, oh my God, how are you? And my prayers were answered. So I would not be doing this video today. Our team would not be striving as we are today without one lady in particular, and that's Laura. Laura McGreevy has just been an absolute angel with the tongue of a devil, but an angel, an absolute angel who just popped into my life one night. And within a couple of days, I was like, you don't want to work for media. I mean, and I was straight away, I was scared. I was like, okay, now I have a salary. Oh shit, what am I going to do? Oh my God. I've been kind of failing my way along for the last couple of years, and I'm getting there. I know I'm going to get there, but then it just became obvious. In fact, Bob told me, if you come back to Toronto and you don't have a full-time assistant, I'm not going to let you in the door. So I was like, okay, all right. So there was a few different things going on in my mind. And, I just said to myself, right, let's do it. And in fairness, so she came in, and if you could imagine maybe moving into a house that was owned by hoarders, like 5 hoarders, that's what Laura walked into. She walked into an email inbox with, I don't know, thousands of emails, and it was all over the place, like back-end work, the admin stuff. It was a shitstorm. And she came in and she just made it beautiful, and she continues to do that. So we got branding and style and fonts and all these things that I never know what the hell they are. We got email addresses that weren't just like Declan at Gmail. It was like, proper .coms, and we got all this stuff going. But there was so much structure that we finally had a foundation to build on. And then roll on a year, and I made a decision that I wanted to be a really big leader in this industry of a team. And that's my primary focus now, is obviously my wife and kids and the client group that have trusted us with their hard-earned money, trusted us with their investment to help them to understand how to really get the best out of themselves. So my family and my client base are the priority, but my energy has shifted probably into half of it is to my family and my clients now, because I think we have put together such an amazing structure in the academy. Everyone's getting really excellent service, and we're doing our best to hopefully make sure everyone feels that way. But the other half of my energy is shifted now towards our team, and my job is to do what Bob does every morning when he wakes up in Toronto at 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and he hears that negative voice. Why would you do that? And look at this, and let's look at the problems in the world. And oh, listen, that person's such a bitch. Like, and he hears the same negative stuff that we hear, but he goes, I need to be as good as I can be, because I have thousands of consultants around the world, and I need to be at the best of my game. And at 87, he is. And that's what I wake up doing every day. It's like my family, my clients, and now it's this team as well. So my next goal is to make sure that they achieve their goals. And we started that process yesterday. Myself and each of the VPs of sales in the company, we're going to be doubling up with each individual team member to help them to reach their goals. And that is it. So this is a cause, and the effects will be the effects. But I want to bring you back to October 1st, because the recognition is what has happened in a calendar year. But in fact, this all began in October 1st last year. We had a wonderful team of Yelena, Dusan, Megan, Adrian, Laura, and myself. And we've since said goodbye to Adrian, and we've since welcomed Ernestine to our team. And we set out with a goal, without talking about pins or numbers, but the goal was to create an academy which we attracted our ideal clients. An academy that we all just, a friendship, first of all, among the 6 of us that is there now. Was there then, but is there now, really. We look back, and a lot of time had flown by. We've had ups and downs. We get very close to people who are very close to, we'll say, joining, and it can sometimes feel like a personal rejection if they say, look, I'll get back in 6 months or a year. And we understand that. So there's ups and downs. There's times where you really feel you're going to achieve your goal, and then you don't. There's times when you think you're winning, and then there's times when you feel like the whole wall is crushing in around you, because as much as this is a very enjoyable industry to work in, it can be very, very personally challenging, because it's it can be very draining if you let it be, if you don't look after yourself. So everybody that you see, and you might look at them and say, they're happy and prosperous and confident, I can assure you we're doing as much, if not more, sometimes as the newest client, our own personal development. Because when you elevate yourself to a new kind of a standard of living, whatever, you're fighting against decades of an old way. So you still have your doubts and fears and worries, but you're in a new environment. So there's a massive conflict, and we could come down fast. We can go from amazing attitude and amazing results and drop down probably faster. Like the bigger they go, the faster they fall, or the bigger do you ever hear that saying? Sometimes you can be, I can be in really bad mood someday, and I can really not recognize this new man that I've created, and I can feel like the old man. And so it's a challenge to keep at that level. It's a challenge to get there, but then to keep at that level. There's times you just want to go, I want to eat all that feckin' cake. I want to have 2 coffees. I want to go put the cream all over the top. I want to go on the piss. I want to just blame somebody else for something. There's times you just want to cut loose and just go, but you can't, because you have to keep growing and stretching and flourishing and not going backwards. But we do have down days, we do have down weeks, and it is what it is. So we're here now as a result of the following. We made a decision about the results that we wanted, and we set our hearts together to go and achieve that. And just because we did it as a team doesn't mean we did it as a team. We did it as a team of individuals. All of us saw tears. We saw utter confidence. We saw times when one person was flying it and the other person was struggling. I had personal issues that I've shared with the academy. We said we had bereavements in the last year. We've had difficulties in other aspects of life. Everybody was going through a COVID time. I mean, my goodness. We had a COVID, a lockdown Christmas kind of a thing. So there's been a lot going on, a lot of challenges and pressures. And the result is that every individual did the work. We did the study, we opened up, we asked for help. We had our like-minded people helping us along the way. So to be recognized as there are 7 people out of 1,600 people in the world where myself and the team are now. 7 out of 1,600, it's 0.043%, and it's changed me because I didn't compete to get there. On October the 1st, I would have said, like, if you look at the Premier League in England, you've got Liverpool at the top, and then you got other clubs, and you look along, there's about 20 clubs in that league, but then you have the Championship and League 1 and League 2. We were probably around League 3 in October. We were probably 40th, maybe 30th place or something to that effect. But we would have been seen as, and I would have been seen as a consultant that is always at the top and deserves to be at the top. But that wasn't the way the previous 18 months had led to. Things had gone downwards and so on. But I always felt exactly where I wanted to be. I felt there. So we were there yesterday. The team came on a team meeting, and I shared my screen and showed them that smiley picture with all the gold. And they were like, "Oh my God," because I didn't tell them it was a done deal. I wanted to tell them, and I could see their face. And I recorded the meeting. And what I said to them was, I've been here since the 1st of October, and you guys are here now because we've achieved that. But every person watching here, my beautiful friends in India, Amar and Ashwani, everybody that's watching along, Caroline Daly, every single person that's here watching with us, this happened because I accepted the idea before it happened. Now, I'm a few years ahead of my clients. I'm a few years ahead of my team studying this, but I know better or no worse than any one of you. But I know that, like fishermen go out and they hope to catch fish, or they presume they will. I know when I get an idea in my head, it is a guaranteed idea. And I don't go after stuff I don't want. Somebody be like, "Oh yeah, well, are you going to climb Mount Everest on a unicycle?" Well, I didn't flip and say I wanted to climb Mount Everest on a unicycle. Like, you're always going to find skeptics, guys. And sometimes when you're going through personal development, it can be a bit of a lonely road because there's a lot of negative people in your life. There's a lot of people that will scoff at your idea. Like, I have this book on the breakfast table this morning, Ask and It's Given. We've got friends visiting. They might have looked at it and go, what's that all about? They didn't probably, but they could have. But I don't care anymore. I know that if I get an idea about what I want, I don't want to go up Everest on a unicycle, but I really want the goal that we now have. I want it to be back up on top with Bob's company, and to be in like 0.43% of the company is not the top 1%, it's less. And that is, we deserve it, and I deserve it, and the team deserves it. And this is where we belonged on the 1st of October when we were in about League 4. We were way down, like Cambridge or Ipswich or somewhere. We were way down. So how did we get there? Well, we set our sights on, we weren't counting numbers, it just happened. Probably were looking at the numbers over the last 7 days because we knew we were close. We thought about Amanda, and we thought about Caroline, and we thought about Becky and Kira and Avril. We thought about their homes, their families, their happiness, that when they pull back the sheets in the morning, they jump out of bed with a purpose. We thought about the result for the clients and their children, their employees, their customers. We see Aggie as a wonderful, popular girl in our academy. You see her training and upskilling. You see people going to get their permanent eyebrows done with her and taking pictures with her. And, we see a wonderful, a beautiful lady up the country there, Sheila, with, her purpose in life is to help her son and her daughter. And she's an inspiration to us all. She's such a great woman, such great confidence. We think about our clients, and we think about their children, and we talk about this on Mondays and on Thursdays. We talk behind people's backs, but what we do is we talk well of them behind their backs. I've been in a lot of houses, but up here, I've seen Johnny out in the west of Galway, and they're about to have another little baby, and there's his wife and his girl, and I see him prospering. I see Jonathan and Lexi welcoming a new little baby into their life in a few weeks in Killarney. But I see them years from now dropping her to school in a very affluent, very opulent life, that they deserve, because they're good people doing good work. I see buildings, like I'm building a new shed, which the top half is going to be a brand new studio. My little box room office is I'm outgrowing. This is the second office I've outgrown, so this is not a bad way. I remember Bill Hicks, he was a comedian and he was a smoker, and he used to say, how many packs a day do you smoke? And your man's like, 1. And he's like, I go through 2 lighters a day, man. So I'm going through offices. My office has got 2. I've outgrown 2 offices in 2 years. But no, we're building a brand new structure. And I see Mike, the builder, now with the concrete and the blocks and the cement and the deliveries and all that stuff, and the diggers and the trowels and everything that I have no clue about. I see it growing out of the ground. But I see it as a formation of a very subtle, gentle idea becoming a real hard fact, And the gold pane and all that stuff being at the very top of Bob's division. I was at the top of the division when I was off the chart, like when I was off the spreadsheet. I was at the top of that division. A year ago, I reached out and asked for help from the lady who I saw was at the top. And she's actually going to come along and help all of our team this week. And Laura, I recorded the video I did with her, and I sent it to Laura. And Laura was a bit emotional because she was like, she should be asking you for help. Like, that's where you used to be. And I was like, okay, that's fine though. I mean, we'll get there again. So, and we're here again now, but we're not satisfied. We're here, we're extremely happy. But something changed in me. And when I was put into a new WhatsApp group with about 7 other people, I said, guys, the whole new me, I said, I'm really happy where I'm at. Last year, I was off the chart and I was looking up and I saw all of your names, and all I did was feel nothing but pride for you guys and happiness for you guys, because I know the result, it's the law of cause and effect. And the effects are there. Nobody can take it. It's not scamming and scheming. You're here because of hard work, belief, faith, dedication. I'm where I am because I was there, but I made some poor business decisions and I fell down along the ladder, and so be it. But we're back now, and we're back because of attitude and confidence. But I said, I'm not playing Mr. Nice Guy anymore. I said, I'm not on the top position, and that's where I'm going. And I just went boom. And I told it to the team yesterday, and Dusan nearly came through the video, nearly came through the screen. He was delighted. So we just want to say that to you guys. We want to say thank you for anything that you've done to help us along our journey. I think the first thing I want to say is thank you for hearing our calling, because we've been putting it out there that we welcome people who are successful. They want to get to the next level. They know there's more to them. They want to help their fellow clients. They do the work. They show up. They do the writing. And I want to name a guy there, Philip. If you're listening, this guy, I saw him like tear into it, kind of fell off a little bit. He's back. I haven't made a deal of it, but I see him. He's back. Sometimes, you know, you can get a wobble. We had a wonderful lady up in Donegal reach out to Yelena this week. She goes, I fell off the wagon. But there's 1 or 2 along the way like that, but hundreds stay at it. All of you, 99% of you are showing up. You're in the 6 a.m. club. You're writing out your worksheets. You're asking for help. You're booking calls. You're understanding that there's nothing good or bad. We make it so with all this unnecessary emotion. I didn't get emotionally upset when I was down and way off the charts from the very top to not the very bottom, but about 2/3 of the way down. I knew I didn't belong there. I knew I belonged there, and I knew that this was necessary. I know that God doesn't make mistakes. What I learned about myself on the way back up, it has helped me to become a much better dad, a much better husband, a much better coach. I know the difficulties. I can't be coaching someone about difficulties if I haven't gone through them, and I've gone through quite a few in the last couple of years, and I'm all the better for it. I'm absolutely all the better for it. A couple of extra, see these? A couple of extra those. We'll be grand. We'll get some leftover concrete and we'll fill them in. We'll be grand. But you know, that's it. I didn't hurt anyone along the way. I didn't defame anyone along the way. I didn't leave a trail of destruction or debt or anything. I just used the material. So what I'd like to do to bring this meeting into a bit of a close is the following, because this is the explanation, and hopefully it'll give especially our newest clients, some inspiration. There's ups, there's downs. That's the way it is. It is plain sailing a lot of the time. And then you find yourself in a whole new world going, wow, I haven't stopped for a while to look around and smell the roses, but jeepers, I've changed so much in my life. And that's what you do. You have these lovely wake up moments and you just want to tell everybody, you're like, oh, it's all changed. It didn't change because of us. It changed because of you and the work you did. And the result that we have now is because of Laura and Ernestine and Yelena and Dusan and Megan and Adrian. You helped us a lot as well when you were with us in our company. So let me just give an explanation as to how this has happened, and then I'll close it down because I'm supposed to be not working. I'm supposed to be not working today. All right. Every subject is 2 subjects, the wanted and the not wanted. Every subject is really 2 subjects. That is which you desire and the lack of it. So we desired the success, but we could really see that there was not lack of it. I mean, we'd been successful, we'd memories of that, but the team hadn't seen that or hadn't experienced that, but I had and Laura had. And we weren't there. So we had the 2 subjects in front of us, the one that we wished for, which wasn't there, and the lack, which was there. So often, even when you believe you are thinking about something that you desire, you're actually thinking about the exact opposite on a deeper level. So you can write your goal and say what you want, but you could be driving from Douglas into Cork city centre, and you could be telling people you're driving your car to town, but your mind could be on so many other things. So often, even when you believe that you're thinking about something, even when you're doing an incantation into the mirror or an affirmation, what's actually happening is you're thinking about the exact opposite on a deeper level. So in other words, I want to be well and I don't want to be sick. I want to have financial security. I don't want to experience a shortage of money. I want the perfect relationship to come to me. I don't want to be alone. So what you think and what you get is always with a perfect vibrational match. So it can be very helpful to make a conscious correlation between what you're thinking and what is manifesting in your life experience. But if it is even more helpful if you are able to discern where you are headed before you get there. Once you understand your emotions and the important messages that they're giving to you, you will not have to wait until something is manifested in your experience to understand what your vibrational offering has been. You can tell by the way you feel exactly where you are headed. And that takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of time. But after a while, you get to understand your feelings. I'm a very loyal person. If I'm with somebody, I'm with them and I'm loyal to it and dedicated to it. And I was very loyal to a kind of a new business venture that wasn't going there. And I felt it for too long that it wasn't headed there, but I stayed loyal to it. I'm going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. It was in words and it was in intention, but the truer feeling was, I don't think we're going to make it. And inevitably we didn't make it. And we had to say, okay, time is up. Let's leave it at that. And I would, let's divide the partnership and off we go. Our intentions were good. Our intentions were right. But maybe God had different ideas for us both. And that's the way it went. But the results were, I was back on my own and I wasn't where I wanted to be. And then the feelings changed again. We had all the evidence to prove lack. But my feelings and emotions were today, 2 days ago when it happened. It was weird. When it happened, Laura was like, are you exciting? Are you celebrating? And I was in a weird place because I was like, I've been here since last October. Like I knew it was going to happen. So I'm not really bursting and celebrating. I'm happy. I announced it to my family the other night. There wasn't like big celebration. So it's a massive achievement to be in 0.4% of the whole world. It's extraordinary. We live in an island, dodgy broadband for most of lockdown. It's great broadband. It was just the wiring was dodgy. And here we are, and it's an amazing feeling. But I've been here since October, so I'm used to it. The team haven't been here yet, but they're here now. But now we've got a beautiful new foundation and a new platform to build on. So I want to thank you for sharing in this win with us. We really put the spotlight on our clients most of the time, and I try and put the spotlight on the team because they deserve it. But I am going to accept whatever messages have come through of congratulations, because I make all the clients go off and have a massage. Or we had one lady now completed a book this week, and she sent it off, and I said, go and get a massage this week. She was like, no, I'm not getting a massage until it's been accepted by an agent. I was like, okay, well, so I am going to take your congratulations. I'll read them back now in a moment. I won't read them live. And I'll accept them, and I look forward to reading them. And I just want to say again, on behalf of myself and my family and anything to do with me, I want to say thanks again to our team, our exceptional team, and we've just grown the team and expanded. And all I want to do is say to each and every one of you that have been part of this expansion, you have got to believe in our belief in you guys. If you look at me and Yelena Dusa and Megan, Laura and Ernestine as maybe something a little different, we're not. I promise you, you're going to be exactly where we predict. You just have to do exactly what we tell you to do, get uncomfortable. Think of everybody that you're going to welcome into this academy with the same intent that we do. We think about their wins, their results, the service they're experiencing, and God's going to take care of everything else. He's going to send you everything you need to achieve your goals. There was a gentleman called Warren Buffett said that if you help people to achieve their goals in life, you'll get everything you ever wanted in life. And I have that now. And it's good, and it can get better. And I'm looking at the personal side. What can I do to make that better? My time at my family, my time with my wife. What can I do to look after my own physical body better? But the business results are there for all to see. And we'll take care of all the rest as well. So every one of you, whether you're a client, whether you're someone watching from YouTube, get clear in your heart what you want. Believe it's there, and then enjoy the journey along the way as much as you can. Okay, so take care, everybody. Thanks a million for watching today. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you, everyone in the academy. I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.